What's going on, people? Welcome back to another JSTV. Back again tonight. It's a match preview between Newcastle United against PSG as in just on Wednesday. It's our first Champions League game for 20 years, and it promises to be a good show. So I've got Paul again. How are you today, Paul?
Yeah, good. Honestly, mate, I just cannot wait. Can't wait. I keep mistaking it's tomorrow, but it's Wednesday. Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait to get there.
Fantastic stuff. And guys, if you like the video, like what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, please. Also, if you like to super chat, it is open. If you like to become a member, it's just 99p. And also check out 5 takeaways, which I've done earlier on with Alice Abrams. Alice talks football. She's absolutely fantastic. 15 minutes. Do check out the content and stick a like on that one as well, please. Thank you very much indeed. And hi to Les. Gutted, can't see drones from me loft. Absolutely gutted for you, Les, as well. I can't really see the loft because I'm down in Bristol, but hopefully they do the game tomorrow. But I'll probably be up till 9 o'clock tomorrow night when I drive up. So hi to Les. And it's just all it is. Like I said, massive occasion on Wednesday between Newcastle and PSG. That's in Jensen's Park. All about the drones as well. If you've seen it, well done, you guys. Hi to Alan as well. Hope you're having a good evening, mate. Yeah, so this is it then. The game between Newcastle and PSG. And what do you think of it, man? What a game is possibly to be on Wednesday.
Mate, I tell you, we were just, when the draw was happening, we saw the pots and we were just like, we could get that pot, And then when we got that, we got the pot of death. But we were like, you know what, bring it on. Like, why not? These teams still have to come to us. And I can't wait, mate. Again, I mean, it's mad, isn't it? We're going to have Kylian Mbappe is going to be at St. James's Park. What is that about?
Yeah.
Like, it's just unreal that, these players are going to be at our ground. But it's just a bit, again, like where we've come from. I remember Champions League being a kid, under Bobby Robson, and just like remembering that time, and then obviously just never really, we kind of got close a few times here and there. We did have European football and the Pardew and stuff, but we did. I think the best we did was quarterfinals there, wasn't it? Was that the Alkmaar faction? Was it Alkmaar that destroyed us? I think.
Yeah, it did back in 2006.
Yeah. So we've kind of dabbled here and there in Europe, but we're not a team known for getting Europe every season because sadly we've been dealing with the other side of the table. So it's incredible, man. It's just to have a Champions League game of that ilk at St James's Park with those players, and our players are going to be. I bet they can't wait, man. I bet they can't wait to get out there. I mean. The flag display is going to be special. Obviously, the club are doing some stuff as well with Salah. So they're doing the drones by the looks of it and setting some stuff up there, which is, and again, really going to be special to look at. The lads are not going to need much of a team talk tomorrow because they are going to be buzzing for that. Sorry, Wednesday. I keep saying tomorrow. For Wednesday, I bet they can't wait, and nor can I. I can't believe I'm going to be there. So, very fortunate.
Absolutely. I've got Stephen come on in a minute, guys. He wanted to come on, so I'm going to bring him in. So,
excuse me.
No, that's fine. That's no problem. So join's going to be interesting. If you do it tomorrow night, then I may just get there. If I don't, wait till Wednesday night. Got some more comments flying through as well. Thank you very much indeed, guys. Don't forget the membership gets you a chance to win a £50 e-voucher this week for 99p on Thursday night. So if you're not a member, there's the opportunity to become a member at just 99p, and that will turn into 50 quid e-voucher if you win the draw. You're going to redo it again. Even to the clone lad, hope you're good, hope so well. Show about injuries of Botman, and day 7, and also Wilson. Both will be huge miss on Wednesday night, 100%, absolutely gutted. They won't be able to participate in one of the biggest games of the season. And I was chatting to Les and everyone Hoban as well, by the way. Yes. Unfortunately, the drones can't be used on Champions League night due to safety rules. Wow, I just known that as well. And also we got one from Mick. Hi to you, Mick. He loves to be sure now. He starts on Twitter now. He decides to come on YouTube. Bless him. Absolutely, but the best backs against a wall. So PSG is going to attack all they want. And got one from Davey. Not from Benwell, from Bladen. Hi to Davey from Scotland. Now, you doing, my guy? Hope you're okay. And they said hi to Alan as well. Right. We're just going to wait for Stephen as well. The link's been sent, so he'll be on very soon. And yeah, let's go on back to the game. I mean, like I said, we've got injury problems at the minute. We've got Joe Linton's out. He should never come on. I mean, especially when we're winning, he should never come on my book. And also as well, Callum Wilson, still no news of him yet, but he's got hamstring in problems as well. And also Sven Botman could be out for the match as well. So like for a month apparently, but some people, they believe Eddie, some people don't. It is what it is. So we've got to go with it, but we've got to go with what we've got.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those that we know what Eddie's like. We know that he can be a bit of a, embellisher, but I just don't feel he'd put timelines on it if it wasn't quite, I don't know. Obviously, it could be, you never know, but I don't think he'd say a month if Botman's starting on Wednesday. I just, that'd be a very strange lie. He would probably just say something like he's close, we're not sure, or something. I don't know why he'd give like such a timeline of it, but you never know, I guess. But it's more than likely going to be the same back four as Burnley, I would assume. I assume that Lascelles comes back in again because he's done well since he's come in. And again, like you step in, you deserve what you get. So he's going to be absolutely, really proud to, if he does start that game, he'll be captain that game, and he'll be, again, like knowing his character, want to go out there and give a performance because, again, like he bleeds Newcastle, it's brilliant. So 100%. I will not be, it's a downgrade from Botman. Of course it is, because Botman's just ridiculous. But I'll be more than happy if Lascelles is starting because he's had a very solid couple of games. And I think, again, just having that game and, having that game at St James's Park against against a side like PSG, again, it's not going to take much to do the team talk for Eddie, really. It'll be pretty much, right, lads, it's Champions League, St James's Park, PSG, and then we get on them. It'll be brilliant. I can't wait. It'll be brilliant.
What's going on with camera?
Yeah. Come back in, Steve. We'll get your camera sorted, mate. Sorry about that. Look, we've got some breaking news, by the way, right? Docked out. I can see the drones. Amazing. That is brilliant. Great news there from Leslie. And Leslie showing love to Davey as well. Yes. I mean, we look at the players, right? We've got players like Lascelles. You've got players like Sean Longstaff, Jacob Murphy, right? You were like, I mean, if you said they're going to play in the Champions League, they would have laughed at you. Don't know what I mean? But here we are. They're in the Champions League. They've got an opportunity now. And let's see what they can do.
I think many people would have. I mean, even the most, diehard Newcastle fans, if you would have told us when Eddie Howe took over, when we were bottom of the table with hardly any points, after all of that, yes, we were excited about the takeover, but we weren't in a great place. If someone had told us back then, don't worry, guys, next season after that, you're going to finish fourth. The season after that, you're going to be in the Champions League, and you would have beaten Man City in the Carabao Cup. We would have laughed until next Christmas. We would be like, yeah, of course we are. We're going to be fighting relegation with Eddie Howe, who's a decent manager, but he had his limitations at Bournemouth. We'll probably finish 13th, 14th. Maybe we'll get a top 8 finish the next season, see how we get on. And we would have been fine with that. Like, people think we expect top 3 and all this rubbish. It's nonsense. Yeah. If Eddie Howe would have finished 8th in the second season, we would have been chuffed with that. It would have been progress. It would have been fine. What he did, and that's what's amazing. He didn't do that. We finished 4th, and now we're facing PSG. So he's done. What an incredible job Eddie's done.
100%. We go through the comments and we talk to Stephen. If just by one game at home, there's no reason why we can't get a win tomorrow. That's from Alan. Lascelles looks like he's got his confidence back, but I say he has. By the sound, he has indeed. My son-in-law's doing it. I'll do it at 9:45. Thank you, Les. Watching Don't Fall Off the Roof. Yes, absolutely. And she just jogged me suitcase. Bless her. Bless her. I don't think she's really, but there you go. Stephen, hi to you, man. How are you doing? You good?
Yeah, not too bad. Long time.
It is. It's been a while, hasn't it? Like, just good to see you back, my guy. You just glad you came on as well. You could do one more in the room anyway, but it's good to see you again. PSG will be more worried about us in James Park than we are them. That's from Mick. You could be right, Mick. You could be right. So, Steve, tell us about Wednesday's game against PSG. And look, 20 years about Champions League football. So first participation Champions League after 20 years, right? And what a start we've got on Wednesday. PSG. We would have thought that Mbappe, Rani, Ramos, Dembele, Rees, Hakimi, Donnarumma, and all.
It's unbelievable. It's we've never played PSG before, so it's another one. It's like with all three of the teams we've got in the Champions League, we've never played before. So we've done that atmosphere of their fans. We've never played with them, or with them. So it's going to be totally different to any Champions League games we've played before. It's just I'm still on dream cloud line. At the end of the day, I didn't expect it this season. I said Europa Cup would have been great, but to get Champions League is just unbelievable. And I would love to be there for the atmosphere, but it's a bit of a long way for me to go, and the cost is nothing I can afford at the moment. Maybe in the future, but I think it means a lot to the fans, and there's going to be a lot of fans who've never seen us play in Europe who've been watching these games, and I'm looking forward to the drone display.
Yeah,
it's going to be absolutely fantastic, and it's just going to be such a good night.
100%. Where did they do the drones to on the game night against PSG? Will they do it before the game, or they can't do it because of safety reasons? By the way, where are they going to do it? They've got to do it somewhere before the match.
I'm not sure. But the thing is, the way it's supposed to be so at least some of the fans can see it happening over the stadium. So I got my suspicions. It could be either they could be doing it at half-time maybe, or just before the game. I don't know. I'm not sure. I would have thought before the game.
Wow. So, I tell you what, though. I mean, if I lived at Newcastle, I'll be out there now. Let's be real. I'll probably do it for about 20 minutes or so. Do you know what I mean? Gutted. I don't love Newcastle. Shame. If I had the Monday off, I would have done it. I wonder if they do it tomorrow night. If I can.
I know they were practicing it ready for Wednesday. Right. On I think it was on Saturday or Sunday night. They were practicing because there was people putting videos up. I know Adam Pearson put up a video showing what he'd recorded. A few others, locals, have put videos up on YouTube. So I think a lot of people have already seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it on videos as well. But it is what it is. I'm going to miss out. I'm afraid. Rubenstein doing a live with drones. Big up to Rubenstein, by the way. That guy's amazing. Add on my channel. I've got to get back on again very soon. So I suppose catch it after the show. I'll be leaving at 9 o'clock. And Paul's got one from.
I don't know if you can see that. That's the Newcastle shirt of "We Are Back" on there. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I've got that as well. Yeah. Jules just sent us one as well. We are back. So yeah, I'll be saving that as well. Thank you very much for that, Jules.
I think the best one I saw was the player where he's got the ball and it shows him striking the ball.
It's incredible what they can do with those drones. I saw one at the they had like an event for the WWE in Saudi Arabia, and they had like drones in like as if it was like Stone Cold and The Undertaker, and it looked just like him. It was unbelievable what you can do with them.
To do it though, they must have like computer software that controls these to get them to the right place, because to actually have people flying them, that's going to be difficult. It must be all done by software.
Yeah, I tell you, they're so clever. Whoever's done this is so clever. and it's so clear. I'll go with Les on this as well. It's one thumbnail. Can't believe how clever it is. Very clever people out there. I'll save the photo as well. And, just to share, I can't record it live. I do apologize. Let's go on to Liz. Last displays are tonight, 8 and 9:45. Can't get a license on match nights, not tomorrow either. So I have missed out. All the things I missed out, while I live down in Bristol. And just got one here. The Sky Reporter says it's not happening on match day. Not surprised, because the UEFA are very funny about it, unfortunately. Newcastle Jordan displays on tonight and on Wednesday. Health safety has cancelled it before the game on Wednesday. Absolutely gutted. Could you imagine if we won that game? They could do it after that.
Yeah.
Got one here from Let's Game. They did a joint display for the Queen 2. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And guys, if you haven't seen the latest content on the 5 takeaways with Alice Abrams, do check out on that, please, and stick a like on it as well. She's one of the biggest YouTuber as well. And yeah, she's just absolutely fantastic. Check it out if you can, please. Thank you. The drone magpie flying looks class. That's from Mick. Hi to Alison. I hope you, Eileen, so I hope you have a good evening, mate. And could be on tomorrow too. I tell you what, I'm gonna have to leave work finished tomorrow as quick as I can, so I can get a clip of it as well. The image of the flying magpie is unreal. Wow! If anyone got a picture of that, just post it on me DMs, please. Thank you very much indeed. Right, and we're just going to go on the team news. Start with you, Stephen. Right, as far as I'm concerned, Eddie hadn't had his press conference yet until tomorrow. You're going to have key players going to be out. Botman, Wilson, and you also said out tomorrow. But
Big Joe.
Yeah, Big Joe. Yeah, all out tomorrow on Wednesday. What's your take on those missing key players? Or have you got enough depth squad though?
It's problem. So we got Wilson out. So that means Isak's going to start. So
yeah, I
suppose it just means making sure we've got backup for Isak if anything happens. So Gordon will start. And I say Barnes is out as well, so we haven't got backup. So Gordon's going to start anyway. Almiron, I would have thought we're starting. Tonali, and I think I suppose Guimaraes, Anderson, Longstaff. So Joe being out, I wouldn't have said it's a massive hard hit for us because our midfield at the moment has been playing really well. And also some of those players have been playing in different positions across the midfield. So when we haven't had Joe in, the others have been playing well. It just proved it at Man City. We had a weakened side there and we still managed, even though I'm not saying Man City didn't have a weakened side, but not as weak as we did. But we still kept them back with the team we put out. So I don't think it's going to hit us that hard. I think we still got enough at the moment. With the likes of Livramento came on and played. Byrne can play in more than one position if they needed to at the back target. So I think we're going to have to play a very defensive game. Because, like I say, our strike force is depleted.
Yeah.
Hit him on the break.
That's all you can do. Because you're not going to stand toe-to-toe, Paul. Do you think you stand toe-to-toe with PSG? Because we did at Man City,
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's one of those where we know what Eddie's like, and especially at St. James's, he wants to try and play the same style. That's what we love about Eddie, that he's all about. If you ask him in any game, he's like, I don't care what PSG do, I want to play at Newcastle. And that's why we love Eddie, because he has that mindset that we shouldn't worry about their game, we need to worry about us. And I love that. But there's still, there's still unbelievable players that play for PSG that can really hurt you if you get caught. We're not playing, no offense to Burnley, but we're not playing Burnley, who, when we made a mistake on Saturday, they don't punish you, where Wednesday night, if we make a mistake, Mbappe, other players they punish you. You're down 1-0. It's just, that's the difference in the levels of the Champions League. I wonder if it would be quite similar, maybe a bit more attacking at times, but I wonder if it might be a similar performance in the AC Milan game, possibly. I'm not saying it'd be as defensive, but I think we might go into similar shapes at times in that game, just to kind of hold off their attacking intent. I'm just hoping we're a bit more, obviously do a bit more going forward as, we are at home. But it's one of those, isn't it, John, where if we go too offensive, we are asking, we know that our back four are not the quickest. And the ball over the top always does our back four in. And PSG love that ball. And Mbappe loves running behind. And I just have scary thoughts of seeing him doing that quite often on Wednesday. If we get too high up the pitch and lose the ball, or, some of our free kicks at times, they have got better. But, the Brighton game in particular, we had some free kicks that were terrible, and they led to, fast counter-attacks. And if we get one of those free kicks wrong or a corner wrong against a team like PSG, that could be us 1-0 down or whatever, so need to be careful. It's going to be we're going to be butting the nails on Wednesday, I think.
Oh,
I have to agree. Definitely have to agree. And you know what it is? So the one thing I don't like is considering the goal from a corner. That's what I hear. And you know why? Because it's either you play the wrong corner kick, goes over everybody, or you hit to the first man. Now, if I see a corner, right, hits the first man, and 10 seconds later score from that, I will not be happy, because that is shocking. It is shocking corner, and it leads to the goal. And I've seen it happen before, and that's why we don't win games like that. We really don't. I'm sorry, but that would be poor. We have to go for a win, and yes, we can beat PSG. Alan, I hope you're correct, but this is a speedy PSG team. They've not had the best of the season. They won 3 games, drawn 3, lost 1, Steve, in League 1, and they're third in League at the minute.
Well, sometimes league position and what you're doing in the league doesn't really thingy to what you do in the cups. How many teams have you seen doing badly in the league, but then absolutely hammer people in the cups? It's one of those things. PSG, they haven't had a good start, but looking at their team that they're putting out on Wednesday, they're sticking out, looking at the best team they've got. They're not going to be messing about. And I suppose they're looking at, as long as they're in the top 4 of their league, they can fight back up to the top at any point. They've got the strength and depth to do that. And the team they're putting out, like as I said on Wednesday, they're not looking to mess about with us. They want those 3 points. They want to be basically top of the league to keep that, the Champions League. Maybe they might take their foot off the gas a little bit when they know they're qualified, but I can't see it.
Yeah, I think you would have wrapped this up very quickly. They would have done the first 4 games and just got it over and done with. Do you know what I mean? But you know what? AC Milan's going to be a tough place to go to as well. And also they're going to be a tough side of crack as well. But the thing is, for me, if we get a draw on Wednesday, then we have to beat Borussia Dortmund twice to have any chance of qualifying. Then again, you can afford to lose against PSG, but you must beat Milan at home to have any chance. And let's go on to Les. I agree. They're a waste of time, in my opinion. We have a team, they have individuals. That's our strength. That's a good comment there, Paul. That's a brilliant comment from Leslie.
And it's something that PSG have suffered with for such a long time, where when they've kind of they've had some really bad capitulations in the Champions League. The Barcelona game when they were up, was it 4-0 or 5-0, whatever, it was something ridiculous. And Barcelona beat them 5-4 or 6-5, whatever it was. It was an unbelievable turnaround. They were beating one of the poorest Man United sides. And then again, Man United came back in that game, and they had no right to come back in that game. So they're a side that this is something they've really suffered for a long time, where they just capitulate in there, and it shows that sometimes they are a team of individuals rather than a team. Look at what Poch was put in to try and gel that team together and bring tactics to the team, but they binned him off soon enough because they didn't like him, and it just went all wrong with that. And they just seem to just be this club that they're just trying to win the Champions League like every year,
Yeah.
But they don't really ever get that close. When they get to the knockout stages, they're normally knocked out before the semi-finals. When's the last time PSG were in the final? I don't even remember.
Oh, they played Bayern Munich in the COVID 2020 and lost 1-0.
COVID, wasn't it? Yeah, so it's one of those where they're not as consistent as they want. We know their owners, the weird people they are, because they tried to block our takeover enough because they didn't like it. So it's one of those where there are future rivals in a couple of years' time where we're going to want all the Champions Leagues as well.
Yeah, got a screen frozen again, guys. I do apologise. It'll go soon. But you're absolutely right. I mean, they got to the final, and everyone thought they were going to be Bayern Munich. I didn't think they were going to be Bayern Munich, to be fair. They're a strong side back then. Kingsley Coman got that winning goal, by the way. And you know what? It was their chance to win it. If they didn't win at that time, I didn't think they're ever going to win it. Ever, ever, ever. But saying that, they move, and that's what we do them. And Steve, I mean, do you think Eddie is going to play defensive? Like you say, you're going to stay back and hit him on the counter attack?
I think we have to, because PSG are too dangerous. We have to really pepper our area with very defensive and very midfield areas back as much as possible. And then, as you said, hit them on the break. I think that's the only way we're going to either win it or get the draw. Because if they score against us, I think that'll destroy us. So to get back from 1-0 down.
Yeah. I'm going to have to come out, guys. Who take over, guys, and I'm about to come out. You take over, guys.
No worries, John. Yeah, so it's one of those where if they do get an early goal, that's where we have to be resolute. We have done well with that, going a goal down. We're not going to be out down and out, but it's a tough one, and it will be a really tough game with PSG. But I can't, honestly, no matter what, I can't wait. I just can't believe we're even in this position with a team like this going to St James's Park, and it's not a pre-season friendly. It's a Champions League game. I don't know what we're doing in this game. It's just bizarre. But we'll give them a game. They're going to know, we'll give them a game. They'll know they'll be in the game. And if we get a result from it, then that's an incredible thing. It'll be one of the biggest nights in our history. It just will, just would be. All of the naysayers will moan on about it and be like, oh, all this, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? If we get a result tomorrow, it will be a big night in our history, no matter what people say.
Yeah, very, very true. I haven't heard from JK late. Last time I spoke to him, but I haven't heard from JK, and I just hope he's absolutely fine. So, JK, if you're watching the show, mate, and I think you are, then just hoping that you're absolutely fine, and we'll think of you all the time. What are regular listeners? Joseph, man, I'm gonna have to kind of agree, Alan. You know what? If there's a Jones here, I end the stream. And I'll do it live. So, yeah, but let's talk about PSG for a little bit, right? I mean, it seems to me they already named their side to play against us. Yeah, I've got to get it up there, right? I mean, I believe they've already picked a team. So, just give us 2 seconds there. And this is the team they're going to go with.
All right, John, I'm just going to pop out for a second.
Okay. Let us know when you're back, mate.
Okay.
Share the screen there. As Steve's disappearing. This is the team they're going to go with. Right, so that's Navas, Hakimi, Ugarte, Marquinhos, Mbappe, Fabian, Ruiz, Ramos, Dembele, Danilo, Coutinho, Tinia, Hernandez, Kulmiani, Michele, Sola, Barcola, Guy Emery, Shinya, former Milan defender, Tenas, and Donnarumma. Now, that's the team they're going to go with. You look at that team, they still got quality in that team,
That's it, mate. If they start with all those players, we'll be in a bit of trouble. I hope some of those on the subs bench. If they're all starting, we're in real trouble. Look at that. It's just an embarrassment of riches, isn't it, what they've got there? I mean, you go through that list of players, and there's just one after the other where you're like, unbelievable player, Marquinhos, what a unbelievable player. Navas, what a goalkeeper. Ramos, Dembele. It's just mad. Every player you look at, you think, wow. Like, it's just star after star. But then that's the other thing. That's the other thing we've said where, yes, they have that, but we've alluded to it already that the only issue they have is, are they a team full of just individuals who don't gel? Again, it will be a tough game for them on Wednesday, and they're coming away to a side they haven't played before in a hostile environment that they wouldn't have. I know they've experienced hostile environments, but they haven't experienced St James's Park. The crowd is going to be more than up for it. That's going to be a special atmosphere on Wednesday night. And they're going to have to, they have to use all of their experience to come through that game, no matter what. Like they're going to find Wednesday tough, no matter what we do. It's going to be a tough thing for them, and I think they're going to know they're in a game because we're tough to beat at St James's Park. We've got an under Eddie Howe. Our record at St James's Park is ridiculous. Like it really is. It does take a lot to beat us there.
100%. Because to be honest with you, you look at it and think, wow, what a team they've got. Well, we should not be scared of these. We beat Man City. We beat Man United. Do you know what I mean? We beat Tottenham, close to beating Arsenal, close to beating Liverpool as well. We are not scared of the side. Stephen, what do you think of that team there? I mean, that's who PSG is going to pick. Obviously, they all can't play, but that's who they're going to come. Oh, Steve gone.
I can't. There you go.
Okay, there you go. Oh, Steve. What do you think? Sorry about that. Before I let you in then. Couldn't get you in. What do you think of this team? What do you think of that PSG team?
I was looking at it myself on the tablet, and it's just a team that's going to... Well, if they were playing anyone else but us on a lower they'd be thrashing them. I think, as I said, our team is going to be slightly weaker than what we'd have expected, but I don't think it's that weak. And it's going to be hard. I like Kylian Mbappe. I don't think he's 100% at the moment because they were after when he had out the game a couple of weeks ago, he'd had a bit of a knock. So he gets a couple of knocks and he could be out. But looking at the rest of the team, unbelievable. Absolutely, yes, they got a promising youngster in there, that Bradley Bakala. So he's, I would just say, he's green, a bit green maybe. He's not maybe played at the big stage as much as the rest of the team, but he is a good player, and you can't underestimate him. But you can't underestimate any of our players anyway. Isak scoring goals for fun. And Almiron, after that shot he had the other day, if he could do shots like that against PSG, it'd be absolutely fantastic. But I think most of them will be going to be all over Isak. But maybe if they're on all over Isak, the ball can come back then to either Gordon or Almiron.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, I think this is going to be Miggy's moment as well if he gets a chance. And I'll tell you something, if he plays, that this game might suit him as well, 100%. Let's go into the form guide. Newcastle and PSG have both got exact last 6 games record. Both won 4, drawn 1 and lost 1 in all competitions. So they're both going in form at this moment in time. And like I said earlier, that PSG drew with Clermont 0-0. And Newcastle won against Burnley by 2-0. So keep it going. Let's keep those winning run going. I think this game with Tonali, this could be the game we will see what a magical partnership we're going to have with him and Bruno G. Mick, I hope you're right, mate. I really do hope you are correct. And let's move on to Leslie. Again, absolutely, he won't have to add the pressure like in Milan. It's time to shine. Then we've got one from Bargav. Hi to you, my guy. Hope you're okay. The city must be so excited PSG comes to town. Absolutely. Not only that, Champions League's coming to town as well. And Bargav again, Bakala's got some speed, but he doesn't play. Newcastle defense pretty good. Going to be a good test. And also, a win is going to blow those group wide open. You know what it is? I'm going to have to kind of agree with him. I have to kind of agree with you. They have never played at St James's, and I think the nerves will get to them. I hope, Alan, again, you're correct.
Probably hope.
I hope no teams don't fancy coming to St James's Park. Let's be honest about it, guys. Let's be honest about it. And let's go through the ads as well, guys. And I've got 2 partnerships, as you know. And if I just come out of that a second, stop that stream. What am I like? Getting worse, am I? So let's go on to our first main partners called Toffs. Been here for a couple of months now. Keep that one going, please. JSTV is pleased to welcome their first partner, Toffs, the #1 destination for classic football shirts that recreates famous vintage Newcastle United shirt designs. In addition to these massive range of retro replica sports shirts, Toffs brings you Newcastle-inspired bucket hats featuring Bruno Tonali, Joelinton and more. Their products are manufactured at their Team Valley base, made by the fans for the fans. Check them out at toffs.com. Our exclusive JS discount code gets you 15% of all orders. Simply quote JSTV15. And I've got one more for you guys as well. The Magpie Store, partner of Magpie Store. These guys are passionate about supporting Newcastle and providing fans with quality Newcastle-inspired clothing. Their range includes hoodies and t-shirts featuring Gordon, Tonali, Isak, and more. Keep your eyes open as we continue adding to the products line. The Magpie Stores is a new store for a new dawn in Newcastle. They can be found at themagpiestore.co.uk. Quote our exclusive code JSTV10 for 10% off each order. Please contact JSTV by email if you also like to join our partnership team. Thank you very much indeed. And that don't mean the police as well. So let's move on to some comments as well. And yes, a wet call at St James's with the crowd up for it. Absolutely, Leslie. Absolutely. Right. I mean, Paul, if you look at the team, right, I mean, obviously, we've got a couple of players out as well. I mean, who's going to be the key player for Newcastle?
Yeah, I apologise if you can hear some sirens. It all seems to have kicked off outside my flat right now. I don't know what the hell is going on. I've heard like 10 police cars just pull up somewhere. So I apologise if you hear that.
Sorry.
I think it's an interesting one to call who's going to be our key player. But to be fair, I think Bruno's come into his game more. And if he can run that midfield like he did against Burnley, I think he would be that key player. Just because some of those balls he was delivering on the weekend were unbelievable. It's just so intelligent, so brilliant. His vision is just unreal, and I'm just hoping that Isak just has that little bit more about him to finish those chances. And yeah, I think those two in particular would be key players in the game because Bruno running a game, and then if Isak has got his shooting boots on, that's how we're going to win the game.
100%. I mean, finishes has got to be taken. They've got to be clinical. If you miss the chances, if we get punished for it, then we got ourselves to blame, Stephen.
Oh, definitely. But I think up front, like you said, we're going to hit them on the break. But I think it's going to be, a long ball for Isak. It's either that or it's going to be Gordon down the left-hand side and then playing it in for Isak or Almiron coming in from the other side. I think it's not going to be a normal attacking game for us. It's going to be a long ball. I can't see us getting it any other way, really. PSG's defence and midfield going to be strong, and our defence and midfield's got to be strong. And if it's not strong, then we're not going to get that break.
I'm going to have to agree. We've got to agree. We've got to take it to them all the time. Let them know that we're not scared of them. And I've always said that. It's got to be one in our midfield, Tonali. I'll tell you what, he has to play tomorrow, and he has to live it up as well, by the way. I love Tonali, but this is the game where he's got to prove himself that he is world class. This is the game tomorrow, and make sure he is on it. And you know what I mean? It is what it is. So I think Ed's going to play 4-3-3. PSG under Luis Enrique is going to play a 4-3-3 as well. So it promises to be a cracking game. I wonder what Eddie's going to say tomorrow in this press conference, Paul. I mean, questions going to be fired at him as well. I mean, he probably ask about PSG. Have we studied them? Have we studied the way he played? I think Eddie needs to know this as well.
Yeah, we know what typical Eddie's like. He'll talk a lot about that he wants to play Newcastle's game. He'll talk about putting our style on PSG. He won't care about PSG. Obviously, he's lying, but he will say stuff like that. And he would just say, like, I think he'd be excited about the game because, I think he'll probably mention that St James's Park has been very good for us, and we have to use the crowd to our advantage, use the atmosphere, use the special night. We could have one of those nights at St James's Park. We remember, we're talking on this podcast in 10 years' time where we're like, do you remember that game that kicked off our career in the Champions League where we beat PSG at home, and it kind of stapled our belief in ourselves. So there'll be a lot of positives that we can use there, hopefully. Just not to let, again, Eddie will probably say we play the game, not the occasion as well, because just keeping heads screwed on. Difficult to do that because I think we got a bit lost in the Carabao Cup final because we got a bit lost with the final at times in that game. But yeah, I think they'll just be excited and they'll be asking questions about the injuries, and we'll just see where we're at. I mean, I'm not expecting anyone to be back fit that he's tested away, so it'll probably, he'll probably have to stay with the same back four as Burnley, as we said. So we'll just see if there's any. Let's hope there's no other knocks because we don't need that. It'd be nice to see if hear if Joe Willock's made a nice in time recovery. That'd be nice, just to give us some nice good news.
Absolutely. Got a comment on Robert, right? He said about Newcastle and he's asked about how great Newcastle fans are. And this is on Robert's comment, so I'm going to read it out, by the way. I can assure you that for me, the most striking thing was the communion with the fans in the stadium. The atmosphere is great. The fans would warn us if there's something coming up behind us. If we haven't picked up the information beforehand, we'll drop the ball quickly. It's a real 12th man on the pitch. I haven't experienced that anywhere else. And that is the comment from Laurent Robert, Steve. This guy is absolutely brilliant when he plays for Newcastle, right? Oh. Okay, he has his faults, but at the end of the day, that left foot of him, wow, absolutely amazing.
Thing is with him, you knew when he was going to score. You knew it. The ball would come to him. You could see the space. You could see him, and he just the balls he used to put into the net was unbelievable. I wish we'd had him a lot earlier as a player. He came to us a bit too late, really. He played for us for a while, but not as long as I would love to have played for us. And this has taken us back, though. Like I said, my favourite Champions League game of all time with us was that Barcelona game. That was a cracking game. We showed them that we could play football that day. Barcelona didn't expect us to show up like that. And if we could have a game like that tomorrow night, on Wednesday night, that'd be absolutely dream world.
Absolutely. And Paul, going to give you what Johan Kibai said as well. And he spent 3 seasons with us at Newcastle United. And he said quite something similar as well. Read it out to what Johan said. You get the feeling that a club occupies a major, if not central, place in the town. It's their whole life there. Some people work so they can go on holiday, but in Newcastle, they work so they can go to football. As an anecdote, we play in a small stadium against a team from the 4th Division, and we're playing in front of 6,000 Newcastle fans. Incredible. Look, again, Kabai, didn't want to leave Newcastle, right? But I think, if I'm honest with you, I thought he was forced out by Mike Ashley to go to PSG, 20 million quid, and obviously he came out of Palace a couple of years later, man. But Johan Kabai, for me, was one of the best midfielders in a black and white shirt, and I can't lie.
I guess his only blip was when he went on strike when Arsenal wanted him.
Correct.
That's probably the only little black spot on his Newcastle career. And that actually, Wenger pulled out of the deal because he didn't like that behaviour. We see it often, sadly. I don't think it should be rewarded, but that's his only little, brief bit of negativity with Newcastle. But otherwise, I mean, what a find he was and what a player he was for us. And it's nice to see him talking positive about Newcastle as well. Because some players don't always feel it when they come here. They don't always get it. They have seen us as a bit of a kind of stepping stone club. They're here for a couple of seasons and get, in their opinion, a bigger club. But there are players that still, they still love Newcastle and bleed Newcastle. I mean, look at Jonas Gutierrez. He just lives and dies Newcastle. It's so brilliant.
Yeah.
Even after all he went through, he's never held it against the club or the fans. He knew how much we loved him, and he's still talking about us now. Stuart Pearce as well. It's so weird. Stuart Pearce was saying on TalkSport we're going to win the league because he still has a soft spot for us. It's mad. It's brilliant, but it's just great when we have these players that have played for us in the past, and they all say the same thing. They all say the same thing, that they've never played for a crowd like us. I've never been a fan of any other club but Newcastle, obviously, but I've been to I've been to most, if not all, Premier League grounds I can think of that people have been in the Premier League, and I've only been to a couple of grounds where I think this is kind of like St James's Park. There's not many grounds where I go to and I think, wow, this is a great atmosphere. Like Anfield, what a pretend atmosphere that is. They have the sing song, and then it's dead. It's dead as a mouse in there. There's nothing. Old Trafford, that's one of the worst atmospheres I've ever been part of. City, I mean, I know it's a running joke, but again, you can hear pin drop in their fans most of the time. One of the best ones I went to was the Leeds. That was an amazing away, support from their home fans. Unbelievable support. So it's one of those, isn't it, where we're known for having this brilliant support. And people are jealous of our away fans. Every home team that record us, they're always like, look at the Newcastle fans, they're mental. Just sing until 10 p.m. Same as tomorrow. Sorry, I keep saying tomorrow. Wednesday. What I love about our fans, let's say, obviously I don't want this to happen, but if we get 3-0, we get beat 3-0, I can guarantee you that the St James's Park faithful will still be flying the flags and still singing, because they'll be proud of it.
Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like losing, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? If we get 3-0 played poorly, then I will say I have to be honest in my thing. But if you're an Arsenal fan, right, then you lose 3-0, the fans will not be happy at all whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't want that to happen. I'm just saying that I just everyone probably remembers, like, I was in that crowd when City absolutely destroyed us, and that was just one of my favourite things to be a part of. Where we were flying the flags at 4-0, whatever it was. We were still flying the flags, supporting the lads, even though we were down and out. And that just shows that we've got that, we've got that bite about us. And Eddie Howe, I remember Eddie Howe saying that how much that was appreciated from the squad. We'll support them no matter what. It's in the song. We'll support you ever more.
Yeah. Not like the Sheffield United game, like when the Sheffield United fans were walking out. Silly score. And I was thinking, why you walking? You're still supposed to support your team. Carry on following your team. Why are you walking out? Game's not even over.
True. Very true. Very true. I'll never walk out of the game. What's the point? It don't make sense.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I went to Brighton, quickly before going to the comments. I went to the Brighton game, right? We were 3-0 down when Ferguson got us hat-trick, right? Our fans are still singing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still had people come up to us on social media said that they might be singing in the stands, but let's talk about the performance, yeah? It was not a great performance. We were poor. And people took their eye off that, yeah? We got to talk about the performance as well. We were poor. Simple as that. But
an 18-year-old, 18-year-old scoring a hat-trick against us, it's like, he's big for an 18-year-old. I'll tell you one thing, I'd love it if we went after him.
I know, but Brighton's not going to sell him for another 5 more years. So Brighton, we're not selling at all until he's 24. There's just no way. They won't do it. But if he does and he's available, we should be all over this guy. We should be all over him. I'm telling you. Pay whatever
he's only going to get better.
I totally agree. This guy's going to be a stellar. I hope the TV coverage does justice to Wor Flags display. Sky tends to annoy it. TNT generally better.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
I don't understand Sky. How often I've seen Sky miss the flag display is beyond me. It's so frustrating. They'll show it for like a second, and that stupid blooming thing comes over it. When they're like, this thing sponsors it. It's like, oh, shut up, Sky. Just show the flags, man. No one cares about what you're talking about.
They show in Europe, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and that, but they don't show it to us.
No,
it's a contract saying that they're not allowed to show flags in Newcastle United. I tell you what, all eyes will be at that on Wednesday night. I'm telling you, I'll be at the stadium. But if they don't show it, fans will. So they may as well show it. Simple as that. Let's be confident in Goodwin at home. Thank you for that one, Davey. Away the lads, now but confidence from me. That's from Mick. Such good memories. Pass again, indeed, Leslie. We're a different gravy these days. We are indeed. Lads, how do you think Mbappe? Keep Mbappe quiet, Steve. How do you keep him quiet?
It's going to be hard.
Defend properly.
It's going to be very hard. I think it's just basically whoever we decides going to mark him just has to stick with him as much as possible, and then say it's just he's a fast player. He's got the skills. But it's who do you put on him to mark him as much as possible. That's the thing. And it's got to be someone with pace because they've got to stick up with him. Do you put Gordon on him when you're up front to start off, to push him? It's who do you put on him? Do you put Bruno on him? You've got to pick the player that he needs to kick, because if he gets through our midfield, he's dangerous then. He's getting into our defence. We've got to stop him getting through our midfield. So you put on him.
Yeah.
No, a lot of performances I've seen that have kept Mbappe quiet. They've got into him quite a lot, and he's not a big fan of that either. So kind of staying close to him, getting doing the dirtier side of things, because he's not the biggest fan of that. He can kind of get a bit tetchy when that happens, and he can feel a bit aggrieved when he's losing the ball and not getting fouls, and you can kind of get in his head a bit, and that affects his game quite often, I've seen. So I'm sure that Eddie Howe will be doing some of his similar tactics there, because we know that he's picked up some tactics from Simeone, and we might be going into that book a little bit on Wednesday maybe, but more. Who cares? We'll do that, and it's fine. So, what have I done?
That's what we got to do, isn't it? We got to do. If it comes down to it, and he gets angry enough, and he ends up getting yellow cards. All the best, better.
Exactly. Just frustrating. Not frustrating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Frustrating. Thanks to get and a top of the pack. I love that. Cold wet night in Newcastle. You might just want to sit that one out. I don't think you fancy this chord. I wish it was December. It would have been amazing. No pullets, just blanks. Hammond, please. Pudding started. That's from Les. Sky don't like Newcastle, never have. That's from Alan. Hi, John. Thought the Mbappe was injured. That's what I thought as well. I mean, unless Enrique's playing silly buggers, that he did definitely have to display ankle. By the way, that's why he went off. But at the end of the day, right? If you keep him quiet, my guy, then job done. I think Tino plays, he'll handle them. His movement is insightful. That's from Les. Is it too early for him to come in a game like this? I don't know. How likely do you all think we see Joelinton or Wilson against PSG? Absolutely no. 0%. It's a shame. You're going to dumb them both in the team as well. Possibly Wilson, my opinion. That's from Leslie. Down for J7 as well. Me personally, I would never play Joelinton on Saturday. Didn't need to play him at all whatsoever. Did not need to.
I'm surprised they brought him on. I was really surprised after the knock he had.
We were saying it in the review show. I'm sure that someone must have given the green tick, but small black spot on the coaching side there, possibly. But we're not there. Maybe they thought it was all fine and it's just bad luck. But yeah, it's just a shame because
it wasn't worth the gamble.
Yeah, he would have been so good in this game. The tenaciousness of Joe, we could have done with that quite a lot. But we've got players who can do that as well. So, we're probably going to be asking quite a lot of Gordon and stuff to do that sort of side of the game, and Longstaff You know, we're going to need those guys to have, you know, even though they've been phenomenal, we're going to have that little step up from them.
Yeah, very, very true. A little step up as well, but we're going to miss Joe big time. He played since the injury, and Mbappe, yes, he did.
Yeah.
I thought he was injured, by the way. I thought he wasn't going to play against us. I mean, normally it's about a month out with an ankle injury, normally a month out. I would love to see Callum in the team as well. And according to Leslie, he might have a chance of getting in the team as well. Right, let's go to the score prediction, guys. I'll start with you, Steve. Newcastle against PSG. You can all join in the chat as well. What do you think the score is going to be? Our first participation in the Champions League on Wednesday night.
I think if we can go into the game like we did against AC Milan, 0-0.
I'll probably take that, to be fair, as long as we beat Dortmund twice, and I mean twice.
Yeah.
I doubt Jason showed signs of injury, and they didn't see the sub as a risk, or wouldn't have done it, in my opinion, that's Les as well.
Yeah.
And so you go 0-0, Steve, yeah?
Yeah. I can't see us. I think the PSG are going to be really strong, and I think we have to play a massive defensive game. I can't see us scoring unless it's on the break. So I'm saying 0-0.
Cool. Paul, do you agree with Steve, or you got your own opinion?
This is such a tough call. I know I've been getting these wrong recently, so that's either a good thing or a bad thing. It's a really tough one. Obviously, PSG can be unbelievable going forward, but they can be terrible at the back. They really can. They can be really got at the back sometimes, you know. And recently, they've not been great at the back there. You know, in the league, they've been caught quite often this season. So it's one of those where, look, I'm going to put a lot of eggs in one basket. I'm going to say, with the atmosphere, with all of that going behind it, with us having one of our best performances of our lives, why not? 1-0 Newcastle United.
Cool. They're fifth in the league as well, PSG. They're fifth. But I have excuse me, got me excuse me. 1-3, drawn 3, lost 1. They scored 14 goals, but if the remember says it's right, and they only conceded 6 as well. So you just mentioned there the back four could be got at for me. I mean, 14 goals scored. They do score goals, and only conceded 6 as well. My opinion is in this game, excuse me, I think it's going to be, my heart says it's going to be a win, but my head says it's going to be a draw. I take any draw in this game. But as long as we don't get beat, we are still in it if we get beat. If we draw, we're only 2 points behind PSG. Actually, Steve, sorry. If we can just get a draw, I'll be happy. But a win's a bonus for me. And Alan's saying 2-0 and hope we'll take a 1-0. I'm going to take, if it's a clean sheet against these, you have done really well for me. Yeah. I'm going to say 1-1. And I'm going for Mad Dog as well. We'd love to see them both start, but I think even Jason is right. He'll be rested. Has to be cautioned. He's instrumental for us, and PSG aren't exactly at their best. I've got to kind of agree there because PSG has been fantastic this season, I can't lie. But they put it together now. Let's hope it's not on Wednesday night. So I'm going to say 1-1. And I'll take 1-1 once he's short. So, yeah. So, that's my prediction. And got one from Mick as well. Hi to Mick. I think a massive part of Gordon's game is drawing fouls, the same as Grealish does for England. I think Gordon will frustrate PSG 2-0. 2-0. And Alan, I love to have the confidence, mate, but this is a canny PSG team. I wouldn't say going forward, we have to be strong. We really have to be strong, but we've got to defend confidence well. I want to be confident, but also I'm a realist. I'm a realist as well. I have to be a realist as well. But I'm going to say 1-1. Steve saying 0-0. And Paul, you're going for a 1-0 win.
Yeah, Mickey with a screamer.
Yeah. First score is going to be so damn key, I'm telling you. And then if you get that first score, then that will put PSG under severe pressure as well. So the game kicks off at 8 o'clock on Wednesday, I believe. 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. I don't know who the referee is, by the way, but whoever it is Has to be damn good, I'm telling you. Has to be really, really good. But guys, going to wrap up there. Done an hour. And I've got more people coming and watch as well as we leave it. That's the thing. By the time we leave, the views goes up as well. And are we going to give PSG too much credit? I hope not. I hope not. We could just go play our game. And if we defend properly, I think we'll win. But I think it's going to be 1-1. And it's good suspended. Yes, he is, Alan. He's got 5 bookings as well. So is Leslie's mate, Nicholas Jackson, as well. Got 5 bookings as well. So he's out as well. And sorry, Leslie. And thanks for the chats as well. Great as usual. Thank you, Les. And yep, ESPN. So before we wrap up the show, and Steve, where can you find you, man? And what you got coming up on your show?
Well, my YouTube channel is Rock the Two, and all my other social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, is all Rock the Two.
Fantastic stuff. Paul, you just find you on Twitter, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, for the Newcastle stuff, yeah, it's at Blank Canvas PC. And we got to win this game for Griezmann because he's our little manager for online and stuff. He loves Newcastle, and Mbappe still doesn't understand it because it's too cold in Newcastle. So that's why it's the Griezmann Mbappe duel on Wednesday. We've got to win it for our manager, Anton Griezmann, because I think he's going to have some bragging rights to Mbappe there. So yeah, it'd be brilliant. I wonder if Griezmann comes on Wednesday. That'd be nice, but he's busy. But yeah, he'll be looking out for the result.
I'm sure he could do a bit more front, by the way. He's still got it, and they should be worried about. Coming here. Yeah, Mick, I have to agree. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Davey. Thank you, Mad Mag as well. Thank you, Mick. And hit the likes and shares to go out, please, guys. Great show, John, Paul, Steve, plus the chat. Take care. You too, Alan. Thank you very much indeed. I'll be back live on Thursday for a review show. On Friday, I've got a preview show against West Ham with Liv and Charlotte, both West Ham United supporters. And I'll be doing my vlogs at the London Stadium on Sunday, so I'm going to be quite busy. Once again, if you haven't checked out the 5 takeaways with me and Alice Abrams, Alice Talks Footy, then do stick a like on the video as well, please. Check out the content as well. She is absolutely fantastic. 15 minutes is all it is. So 15 minutes ain't much of your time as well. And if you like the video or liked what you watch, make sure you like and subscribe. Let's do this on Wednesday night, people. Let's make history. And as always, it is up the mags.